There, it's Fred Krieger with another installment of our strategic planning or business planning, however you want to look at it. I do look at things of like a workshop or strategic planning, no matter how you define how you make a plan, I think is really, really important. And so, one of the next aspects of business planning or strategic planning that I want to talk about is knowing your numbers. I don't care what industry you're in, but you have to look at where are your numbers because you need to know from your goal, you start at X, you're going to start and go to Y by when, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But you need to have a starting point. And what's that starting point? Well, it's your numbers. What are your numbers? Is it based on sales numbers? Is it based on client numbers? How many transactions you do? I would take a look at what your average sale is, your average maybe payout or commission, however you get paid, how many prospects that you have to go out and get in order to close a sale. There's that trickle down feeling, right? That's that filter. I remember very early on in my sales career of understanding of that filter about, well, if I want to have X amount of sales, I have to get Y amount of presentations, which means I have to get Z amount of first appointments, which means at the end of the day, I have to have this many prospects in order to have down the filter. And if I get that number, if I understand that number, and let's just say that I want to make, two sales, I know I have to make, five presentations, which means I have to have 10 first meetings, which means I have to have 50 prospects. If I know those numbers, guess what? Sometimes math doesn't lie. Now, it'll ebb and flow depending on what the industry you're in. But do you know your numbers? Do you understand your numbers? If you don't know how to get them, find out how, because I just think it's really super important about where you want to be. The other thing about numbers is look at your own personal income, your own personal debt, your own personal retirement, right? All this business planning actually goes very, very well into your actual health, wealth, and family planning as well. So again, know your numbers, get them on paper. Again, write them on paper so that when we talk again, we can go over those strategic plans with you. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.